So every thought I think, every word I speak is expanded and traveling everywhere. Hi, my name is Trish Devaney, and I'm the owner of Sound Shifting. I'm also the creator of Crystal Sound Energy Practitioner Training Series. My purpose for creating these videos is to introduce you to the Alchemy crystal singing bowls and to offer insights and possibly more information that may serve you as you explore this extraordinary world of crystal sound energy and its potential for bringing wellness into your life. Everything is sound.
It's very moving just to be in the presence of the bowls as you play them. It's so powerful. What I feel, the sensations in my body. And I find it fascinating how you were first drawn to it. But how did you actually acquire all of this deep knowledge with the powerful healing of these bowls?
Well, I think my personal healing was the touchstone. So from there, I started to look back and see what I might have done, what was going on. What I did was make sound. I opened my voice and I just started making sound. That was my first introduction into really sound as a healing modality. And I started playing around with vowel tones. So that became the fascination. And every stage uncovered a new layer of information. To tell you the truth, I think I've known this through millennia, multiple millennia. It's that now's the time for this information to be brought forth that is speaking about the sound as medicine of our time. Not only are these just musical instruments, hauntingly beautiful musical instruments, but they are medicine. They are medical devices, precise medical devices. And we've seen now studies show that when there is harmony and tone around a crystal point, they've taken Kirlian photography, the crystal explodes with light. And when you keep adding harmony to the experiment, you see the crystal point just light up. You see shafts of light coming off of it. So there's an electrical current that these are producing. There are photons that are being emitted into the atmosphere. So every particle in our atmosphere at an atomic level is being influenced. So too, it's happening inside our bodies. So at the core of our being, we carry atomic material. We carry water and bone. Those are conductive agents. So when sound starts to move through the space, it is moving and amplified through our bodies because sound moves 5 times faster in water. Our bodies are 75, 80% water, depending on how old we are. So that sound is moving and expanding, creating more space in the physical structure. But doesn't stop there. It goes beyond that into the subtle body or the auric body. But then it goes beyond that into the entire atmosphere. But then it goes beyond that into transdimensional expression of light and sound, because sound is holographic. So not only is it something that we hear in the vestibular nerve, but it's something that we experience as light, moving through our bodies and transforming every element that is out of harmony, if you will. So the ancients understood this. They understood that disease or an imbalance in the body, tiredness, any disease that we can have, or maybe just a malady, It speaks to the lack of harmony in some part of the body. So the ancients would bring sound to the encounter with that disease. So the human and the would be inside the circle, let's say, and the community would start to tone the drone. Well, in shamanic practices, that drone would hold and anchor and ground the shaman, creating harmonic food, nutrition, creating vibration that is food for the soul, food for the physical body. So this bowl becomes a drone. It holds and anchors the space that allows other tone, other harmonics to now work at a very subtle level, expanding, contracting, revealing, releasing, receiving, and transmitting information. All of that is going on right here. So I didn't fully understand what I was doing, but I was responding to something so natural, so intuitive, and so organic because I was making sound. I was an actor. I was trained as someone to use the voice, so it wasn't totally out of the picture. I would go to something that I was familiar with. So I began to tones that I thought were just actor tools. Come to find out, they were the primordial tones that I then used to heal myself, along with the crystal bowl.
That is incredible. So how do you use the bowls to help other people heal?
I think you're touching on an important myth. The myth is helping others to heal. What happens with these bowls is that they are containers. They hold the space that allows someone to redirect their thoughts, to redirect their energy, to have to expand into the choices available to them that allows them to not necessarily pick up that piece or that drug or that person or that food or that whatever that has been constantly creating sorrow and density in their bodies. And in fact, they are making choices that do something else. It's a harmonic change that happens. It's a vibratory change. It's an energetic change. So we can work very hard to change the way we think about things. But if we're still holding the pattern in the energetics of our brain, the pattern stays there and keeps driving our bus. It's in the subconscious and it keeps making the decisions for us. What happens when you're working with crystal sound energy is that you're interfering, disrupting that old pattern of lifestyle and scrambling that, if you will, as you are able to activate the alpha brainwave state as well as the theta brainwave state. So now you've got this deep release and this deep poise. What you have when those two are activated is deep interior reflection and wisdom. You're able to access that which lives at the core of your being, which is at a cellular level. Your native wisdom sits. But because we're so dense in our world today, we're so overstressed, overdriven, overcompensated, overfed, over everything, we don't know how to access the parts of us that already know how to navigate through this life. So sound is the most efficient, the most effective, the most powerful way to stop and open, to interrupt the pattern and release and open and allow new information to surface. Really, it's rising to the surface. So each of us carries that inner wisdom. Our cells know how to navigate through this life, and we're all unique. So that's the thing. We don't have a unique sound that is everybody else's sound. Like there are ways that we approach working with the bowls that looks and tunes the bowls according to chakras. Well, I found early on that my chakra does not necessarily, my root chakra doesn't necessarily tune to a C. That's a C. Now it may some days, but it's not a uniform tone. You don't have to understand music, but we fall into a typical pattern of systems that we measure our well-being against. My invitation in working with crystal bowls is that it opens up the fullness of your experience and your expression so that you are able to access the interior wisdom, the innate intelligence that exists in your body that takes you probably, outside the lines of convention that you were raised in. And you feel that strength that this is right for you. So many of us have practiced being, to use a colloquial term, sheep. We just take everybody else's word for it because we don't know how to enter our own power center. And sound is the way to do that. Whether you're a bowl owner, a bowl user, or a bowl lover, sound is still going to help you access that information.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. And if you want to learn more, please visit my website, www.soundshifting.com. There is a great deal of information about the Alchemy crystal singing bowls from Crystal Tones. There's also a great deal of information about the primordial tones that I used in my healing process. So, and there's also an opt-in gift. So if you want to become part of the announcements, the newsletter, etc., take our new gift, our free gift of a ebook on the primordial tones. It's beautifully put together, and then you would be in the loop so that you can receive any kind of announcement you might want to have. So again, thank you so much for allowing me to share all of this information with you. It's been wonderful.